Welcome to Spotlight on Lakewood. I'm Mayor Adam Paul, and from time to time we like to check in with different council members from our many different wards. Today we have council members Sharon, Vincent, and Scott Koop from Ward 2. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Paul. It's a pleasure.
It's great. It's great to see you. So Sharon, you are new to council. This is your first year. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to do this.
I had moved around quite a bit, and in my high school years, I actually moved over to the O'Kane Park neighborhood. Graduated from Alameda High School. I left for a while, came back and moved into what's now called the Two Creeks area. Myself and my family, and I started becoming, I think, very involved in the neighborhood. I was first co-chair of the Two Creeks Neighborhood Organization, and I worked quite a bit on the light rail project and the overlay plans. And I think from being involved with a lot of different things, I decided, well, the next step might be running for council. And with everything that's happening in our ward, I decided to go ahead and try it.
Well, that's fantastic. You definitely have been involved for some time, so moving to the council level is nothing new. You are a public servant through and through. So what are your goals for 2016?
Well, basically still what I campaigned on. I want to make sure that one of the passions I have is kind of a diversity of housing. I think we need it for seniors as well as affordable housing, single family housing. And another one is the infrastructure. And by that I mean not just what most people may think of as sewer and water, but also Ward 2 is changing and changing very fast. And I think you need those restaurants and those things that bring people into the neighborhood so that you have kind of a there. And then historical preservation too is one of my passions. So I'm very involved in that and want to see that continue.
Well, that's great. Scott, you're kind of a veteran now on council, going into your 6th year maybe?
Yep, sixth year.
Well, tell us, I know that the viewers may have seen you before, but tell us maybe a hobby or something that you like to do.
Oh, hobby, you're going to get me started on a subject that this show is not long enough for me to tell you everything. I do have, especially with spring coming on, a couple hobbies that I've got is especially gardening, making the most out of that dirt in the backyard and growing fresh vegetables, and also I'm one of those people that took the jump in the chickens.
All right.
So I do have 3 chickens.
3 chickens.
In the backyard, and they are great little hens that provide us with eggs every day. And seriously, you don't want to get me started on chickens. I will talk your ear off. But one thing I would like to go back to in about Sharon and her involvement and just the great job she has done so far on council. She has been a great fit to the council, bringing her history and her insights into the area, bringing that to council, and she's doing a fabulous job. And look forward to many more years.
Very cool.
Or at least 2.
Well, 2 more years while I'm around, right? You'll be here. You'll be here a lot longer, I'm sure.
Okay.
So Scott, we heard a little bit about Sharon's vision for 2016. How about yours?
Well, Sharon hit everything that is so important in Ward 2 right now. With the housing, the city will be starting a housing study that you kind of spearheaded that idea recently, and that is just to see where we are in housing, where do we need it, what do we need, and since Ward 2 is changing probably more than most other wards, I think we will benefit most from that information we get from that. There's also some much needed sidewalk additions in Ward 2 that have been on the books for quite a while and are finally going to start to happen this year along the west side of Sheridan,
right,
north of 6th Avenue, the sidewalk next to the Washington Heights Center
area
on 1st Avenue. A lot of kids, a lot of elderly getting to O'Kane Park really need to have that safety. And looking at the infrastructure, not only around the light rail, but the other sidewalks, kind of the last connection needs to the stations.
Yep.
Happen.
Yep. So you named a couple areas in Ward 2. It's an interesting ward. There's many different neighborhoods. What are the boundaries?
I can say from north of 6th Avenue, it goes to Edgewater, and then from Sheridan to about Kipling, and takes in a little bit of the other side of Wadsworth. So if on that side, if you think of the Two Creeks neighborhood, Morris Park neighborhood, and the northeast Lakewood area, and a little bit of Iberhood. So.
And then south of 6th Avenue, most people, I bet a lot of people don't realize that Ward 2 is actually south of 6th Avenue also also, in the area I live in, the O'Kane Park area, which is between Sheridan and Wadsworth, 6th Avenue and Alameda. That's also part of Ward 2.
Wow. Yeah, you named some great neighborhoods. Those are some great areas, some great parks, and a lot of active folks in your community.
Very
yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. It's what makes Ward 2, I think, a real special place. Each ward
Yes.
has their own kind of benefits and their own kind of character. That's a good way to put that. But Ward 2, I think, is
Unique.
It's unique and special in its own way.
So tell us, is there, you mentioned unique, maybe a unique thing or a unique fact about Ward 2, as well as anything you want the viewers to know about what's going on in Ward 2?
I personally think one of the exciting things that is happening is REMCAD, Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design, which is behind Casa Bonita, one of the focal points of Lakewood, which was JCRS, has changed its name to Lamar Station Plaza, which is wonderful with the 40 West Arts District. I think that's so special, and the coordination with all of that and the changes that are actually happening in JCRS.
Right, and speaking of 40 West Arts District, just hard to believe that a few years ago, this was just a conversation being had with some people and what it has exploded into. And coming this August 20th is going to be the second Mural Fest, which is going to be held in the parking lot in front of Casa Bonita, right there on Colfax. The amount of people seeing that and the amount of attention it's going to bring to that area is just tremendous. We're going to have still the same great lineup of musical acts. There's going to be artists painting the murals there. There's going to be other vendors selling other artistic items and in food trucks from all over the city. So mark your calendars for that, August 20th.
I will be there.
Good.
So if folks want to come out and see you, do you have ward meetings?
Yes, we do. The Ward 2 meetings are 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. the second Wednesday at 40 West Arts. I know it has a real address.
1560 Teller Street, just a half a block north of Wadsworth on the east side of Teller. You can't miss the building with the bright artwork on the outside of it. So yeah, we don't have a program, a scheduled program like most people. People can come and talk about whatever they want, ask us questions, or just listen to what everybody else has to say.
That's great.
And I will say, oftentimes there's a door prize drawing for a half a dozen eggs from somebody's chickens.
Oh, some fresh eggs.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for all you do for our community. And for the folks who are watching, I can tell you that these two council members are always accessible. They're always there to try to help you in anything that you need. So feel free to reach out and contact them. And thank you for tuning in to Spotlight on Lakewood. We'll see you next time.